What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's going to be diving into whether or not packs are worth it to buy in MTG Arena. This question comes up quite often here on the channel, especially for the newer players who check out some of my more budget content or new player focused content. And I figured I'd answer some questions maybe to help you decide whether or not it's actually worth it to spend your currency in buying packs or if you should spend it elsewhere in the client. With that being said, if you like the video, hit that like button. It definitely helps out a lot. If you're new here, you want to know I post new videos on the channel, hit that subscribe button. With that being said, let's just dive into the video and let's just talk about it. So when it comes to buying packs, and especially the newer packs in MTG Arena, you see a bunch of other packs as well as the standard pack, which you see right here. This is your standard normal pack. You'll then also have mythic only packs that contain only mythic cards, as well as rare and mythic wild cards. And then you have alchemy packs, which include alchemy specific cards for the alchemy format. If you're a newer player, I would suggest just sticking with your normal packs, as these are going to be cards that are going to be great to build your collection if you're going to be buying packs. These packs contain 8 cards, 5 of them being commons, 2 of them being uncommons, and 1 of them being a rare and or mythic. And each of these rarity slots have a possibility of also dropping wild cards. Wild cards are a currency that you use in game to craft specific cards instead of having to just open packs and then hopefully open that one particular card you are looking for. I'm going to go ahead and open a pack just here on screen to kind of show you an example of possibly what you could expect from opening cards. As you notice, as we go over to our pack screen where the pack 1-2 after purchasing, you will notice that in the top right hand corner we have the uncommon wild card protection, that after opening 6 wild cards we are guaranteed to get ourselves 1 uncommon wild card. The same thing could be said for rare wild cards. We then also have after opening so many packs, we then have a possibility of also getting a mythic rare wild card. As you notice, I'm kind of blocking it a little bit, but it says here we have 2 more packs until our next rare wild card, so it's letting us know that we have 2 more packs until we get that. And then after that we have 20 more packs to get then our mythic rare wild card. So this will change and cycle every, like, I think it's 24 packs or so, give or take. I think it's 3 cycles of a rare wild card, and then on the 4th cycle it cycles to then get in a mythic rare wild card instead. But we're going to open our pack and kind of seeing an example of what is a possibility of what you could get in a pack. As you notice, we didn't get any common wild cards. We didn't get any uncommon wild cards. We also, we didn't get a rare and or mythic wild card because that automatically flips. It doesn't do one of these things where you have to click it to flip it to reveal it. So we're going to see what we got, and we got ourselves our first, rare of this particular kind. And then we notice that on my right-hand side, this bar has filled up as well as the uncommon one. One thing to note, you'll see this treasure chest that's kind of blinking up in this top right-hand corner. This is called vault protection. This is something that's actually not, shown on screen if you haven't completed your vault. You completed your vault to 100%. This is a chest that opens up after you kind of open up so many cards of the same kind. This only pertains to uncommon and common wild cards, as there isn't any sort of duplicate protection from what I'm aware of on those particular cards. So as you open up a bunch of packs in a particular set and you start completing the set as a whole, this number will kind of go up and up and up. And then once you reach 100%, you would then can crack the chest and get yourself some more cards. So that is another system that's in the game. Supposedly it's a system that at one point they were thinking about removing it, but they decided to keep it, but it's now hidden. So it's a weird system that also works in the background as you're opening packs, and the more you open, the more this will go up over time. The other thing you'll notice here is you got your wild card Lotus that will show you based on what wild cards you have up to, what you have available. It shows that I have 129 commons, 53 uncommons, 22 rares, and 17 mythic rare wild cards. So this is what I can use now to craft specific cards, and this will also go up and fluctuate depending on what you spend it on to craft and whatnot and things like that. But it's one of those things that is there as well if you're looking to craft specific cards. So I think the big question that I think a lot of people have is, what is worth it? What kind of player are you when it comes to Magic the Gathering? If you're a newer player, I actually would probably shift you towards buying just packs at the beginning until you get more comfortable with the game. Maybe build up your collection, play through the starter decks, kind of understand what you're looking to maybe craft and or build. When it comes to actual decks outside of the starter decks the game gives you free. And then from there, I would then say buy packs. And, don't just buy packs here and there in various sets. I would say, if you're building a deck, look at the deck as a whole and understand what sets your cards come from, and maybe specifically buy cards for a bulk of your deck, and then maybe craft the cards that you're not buying the packs for, and then over time you'll eventually complete that deck. The other thing you can do is, if you're a little bit more experienced player, is MTG Arena also offers limited formats like draft and sealed. These are other avenues where you can earn packs for winning X amount of times. You can also earn in-game currency, which is the gems, as you see here to the right. These can also be purchased in the store for real money, but there are are avenues to take your gold, convert it into doing drafts to then earning gems instead of having to spend real money for. So this game does have a free-to-play avenue. It does take a little bit more grinding, but at the beginning, like I said, it's probably best to buy packs, and then maybe as you get a little bit more experience, a little bit more familiar with the game, you can shift to probably trying out some draft. Drafting is also a little bit more expensive than buying packs. Quick draft is 5,000 gold, which is about the cost of 5 packs. The benefit is that for 1 entry into quick draft, you'll get yourself 3 packs that have 15 cards in it each. This is what you use to draft with other players. In a quick draft, you don't draft against real players, you draft against AI bots. This is kind of help you like sit there and read cards and think through maybe your decisions a little bit more, especially if you're newer to the game. And as you get more comfortable, you can then always shift over to premier drafts, which the event is double in cost, but the prizes are also greater, depending on how many wins you end up getting before you end up, getting to 3 losses. And these are 2 different avenues that a lot of players recommend to efficiently use your currency to kind of, building up your collection, as you can kind of target one specific set with drafts. And if you're good enough, you can almost pay for if you can get to that point where the draft pays for itself, and you're able to do another draft following it and kind of just keep on cycling in that. Eventually you can collect the whole collection and then build up, this duplicate protection over time as well. And then maybe if you got, packs from it afterwards, you can then open them all up, get a bunch more progression in your vault progress, and go from there. So, I would say, depending on what kind of player you are, there are 2 avenues that you can take when it comes to whether or not you want to buy packs and whether or not for you as a player it is worth it. I think the other thing that, just real quick, why some people don't like buying packs or don't think packs are worth it, unlike its physical counterpart with Magic, these cards are digital. The cards aren't real. You don't get any, there's no value to the cards other than it being, oh, this rare is worth 1 rare wild card. Unlike, the physical counterpart, you can't take the cards, you can't trade them for another card that you're looking to play with, can't sell them to maybe get some money to them, maybe buy a particular card you're looking for. It's one of those drawbacks that comes to digital games where, the company who runs the game kind of closes the market off, so you can't physically, there are secondary sites you can spend and buy cards on, like you would like an MTG online, which is a much older client that is from like the 2000s, and that's kind of like the reason why they didn't go back and like change that up, is probably because it's been around for so long that I feel like the community that's still over there probably be an uproar. But we got to work within the systems that are currently in the game that we have in front of us when it comes to MTG Arena. And like I said, it's one of those things. I think at the end of the day, you make a decision based on what you're comfortable with. Like I said, I'm a player who's probably been, I've been making content on MTG Arena for the past 2-ish years. I buy packs for the ability to be able to craft various decks to kind of show off here on the channel, as it helps me build the wild cards I need to then craft the various decks that I do post here. Though I would say if I had more time, I probably would do the route of playing through limited drafts and earning the cards that way, and then using that method of building up currency to then craft cards. But if you're a player who may not have an option to do that, there's no shame in just buying packs and not playing in draft. Also, if you don't like draft, you don't have to play draft, you can still just buy packs. And it's a decision that you just make at the end of the day. With that being said, if you like the video, hit that like button. It definitely helps out a lot. If you're new here, you want to know post new videos on the channel, hit that subscribe button. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.